Hello everyone, CaddyWhumpusGamer here, bringing you a brand new series on a game called FortressCraft Evolved. Guys, I got this game around Christmas time. It's February now. I've stuck in over 207 hours, and I love this game. It's a game building kind of like Minecraft, open sandbox, procedurally generated world. Collect stuff, survive. It also has an element with base defense, resource gathering, exploration. The caves are humongous, okay? Minecraft worlds from bedrock to the build limit are only like 256 blocks. This game, you can dig down 4,000 blocks before you hit the bottom of the world, and I think they plan on adding more below that. So anyway, let's get started. Alright, so we're going into the world selection room here. You can have multiple worlds. You can actually have up to 10 of them. You can scroll through with the arrow keys or just click over here on it. So we're going to start a new world. We'll start it here. Doesn't matter what we name it. We're actually going to start with a world seed. I've tried this one out and it was a really good one for multiple reasons, and you can use it too. 102 4302, and then it'll give it a random name, but we can come back and name it later. So you have the different survival options. We're going to go with resources plentiful. I didn't want rapid. Rapid's like the easy. Power level we will keep plentiful. Conveyor speed fast. We'll do normal day-night cycle. Some people say the recording doesn't show up too good during nighttime, but we're going to be underground half the time anyway. Mob difficulty normal, death mode none, and then these three things are locked until you pass certain milestones in the game, which I have not actually hit so far. So we're going to go ahead and create world. Oh yeah, you can also use mods. So here's a list of mods that I've tried out, and I actually want to use all of these. Most of them aren't like, super cheaty or anything. They just make things a little bit easier in the game. Like, tricky storage hoppers is really nice because it allows you bigger storage hoppers. You're limited to like 100 items in a storage hopper, but tricky, he actually adds ones like late game that can hold like 5,000 of one particular item, and it just makes the game like a lot more bearable. Advanced lifts, that's a really cool one. It makes it so you can place elevators that go from side to side instead of up and down. Jump boots, oh, they are so nice. They allow you to jump 3 blocks instead of 1, and it just makes the game so much easier. Anyway, to install these, you'll hit the workshop button here, and it'll send you through a list, and you can pick the ones out that you want. And I had a hard time figuring out, but there's like a subscribe button, and when you hit that, it subscribes to the mod and automatically downloads it. So it's like a little weird way of doing it. Like, I've never used mods on Steam before, but it's actually pretty cool. So I'm going to enable all these mods, and then we're going to create the world. So when you first start out, it's a cutscene. You're headed for a space station. A bunch of meteors come out, or rockets. I don't know. They're like perfectly round, but they come out. They blow up the space station, and you crash land on this planet, and you basically have to survive and try and kill off the things that are trying to kill you off. Yeah, you can see these things are like perfectly round. That's suspicious. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get knocked out of the sky. Mayday, mayday, going down, going down! And you start out with a tutorial, which is kind of nice. It'll explain, walk everything through, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. So if you've already done the tutorial, you know about the game, you can kind of just skip forward a little bit. It says you have survived the initial crash, and Arthur, he's your little floaty robot, sacrificed himself to make you a tiny survival environment. Arthur will now explain a few of your base's features. The force field will disappear when this is completed. Okay? So it says the CPH is the center of your base and will produce small amounts of power when fed resources. Look at your CPH and press E to access it. You can then click Add Resources to feed it some coal. And CPH stands for Central Power Hub. So we're going to go OK. And then it has like these things. It just tells you what to do. Press E and then Add Resources down here. Okay, power storage batteries. The PSBs are your primary way of storing power for your base. Locate your PSB in your base now, then highlight it. Pressing Q will draw power from the PSB into your suit, which in turn will keep you warm. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're going to hit Q, and we pull power from this. Okay, the suit, the energy levels, they actually like do the heaters in your suit that keep you alive. It's like your life support, so if you run out of power, you die. Or actually, you don't die right away. You start getting like hypothermia, and then you have to get to a place where you can grab some power before you freeze all the way. Okay, ore extractors. Collect ore whilst you are busy doing other things and require power. That's English is a little off. Locate your OE and access it with E again. Feed it 200 power and it will work for over 8 minutes. Okay. And here's poor Arthur. He's crash landed. Arthur, I'll save you. Okay, anyway. So, here's the ore extractor. Tells you, hit E, add power. So this is pretty much like a training course for dummies. Like, it walks you through step by step. Okay, storage hoppers. This is what I'm talking about. Storage hoppers store and process items automatically. Your machines will take resources from or give them to a storage hopper. Locate your storage hopper and press Q to empty it. Remove the coal that has been mined. Okay, so they're telling us right here, hit Q, we grab all the coal. Okay, this is our scanner. In order to bring up the scanner, you hit M. You hit X for your build gun, N for the paint gun, and then M again for the scanner. You can ping to locate known or unknown items in the world. Once an unknown item is found, you can then scan it. Find an unscanned item now, highlight it, and hold right mouse until it is scanned. I think we can handle that. Ooh, look, question mark. Alright, new item. Once scanned, unknown items need to be researched. Locate and highlight your research station, then press E to interact and complete the research. Researching earns points to unlock new technologies. Okay, I can live with that. So over here is our research station. So we hit E. And what this does is, here's your scans, and we're going to click on this, and then we're going to hit process. It takes 70 units of power. So we hit that, boom. Okay, it says simple crafting. Arthur has helped you through the start of your survival mission. Now it's time to say thank you. Thank you, Arthur! Okay, head to the crafting plant, select it, and press E and make a power core for Arthur. Okay. So you know what, before we do that, we're going to go over here. So now you can see up here we have 2 research points. And we can either research recipes, which we have one for the threat scanner or the storage crate, which you can't build these items until you've researched them. Or you have products, which either unlock building or actual recipes over in the builder, or they unlock the ability to do the recipes. Depends on, you know, what you're researching. So, okay, we're supposed to go over here. This is how we build items in the game. This is kind of like your crafting table. So we open up this. We're going to go over here to the Arthur upgrades, and Arthur needs a power core. So we just happen to have 2 copper on us, so we're going to craft that. Once it's in our inventory, it works for him. Okay, now the key of this game is automation. You've got a few storage hoppers, laser power transmitters, and conveyor belts left over. I wonder where those came from. I guess I had them in the trunk of my spaceship. Okay, locate the holo tutorial around the CPH. This shows you an ideal miniature automation setup. Place your machines there. Okay. So what they're talking about is this little glowy thing right here, and it's like, oh, you can see 3 conveyor belts and then a storage hopper. So this mines coal. The coal comes in here, and then we need a way to get it over to the CPH. So you can use your scroll wheel to scroll through the items at the bottom, and we're just going to use the logistics hopper. It only holds 2 items, but you can see in the bottom left hand side it says logistics hopper auto transfers 1 item per 10 seconds. Entry level storage solution stores up to 2 resources but transfers faster than a mini hopper. Fast enough for a basic ore extractor. Consider using it in parallel. Disperses resources fairly quickly. One currently stored in your inventory. So we're going to place that here. And then we're going to grab these conveyor belts and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And now you can see it's automatically pulling the coal out of this storage hopper and putting it into that one. Now our CPH, if we open this back up by hitting E, you can see the power level is going up because it's burning the resources down here. We can also check our suit power level. We can take power from here, or we can even add power from our suit. So we want to make sure we have plenty of power. Then you can see over here, okay, this is a battery. Then there's another battery here, and if you see this little laser thing, use these here. Basic laser energy transmitter, and they always place facing away from you, so we're going to like stand up on top of this thing and place it. And you can see it's got this little laser beam that shoots across. Now what this does, if we open it up with E, it has a power level in it, and then it'll shoot, let's see, 0.6 power per second is what it's averaging. The maximum transfer per second is 1.2. Now later on we can make lenses that we add to this, and they will up how much power it will shoot at a time. So because later on you'll get machines that use like ridiculous amounts of power. You can actually late game get lasers that can shoot over 1,000 power per second, and they're like really nice. But anyway, so now what we have here now is a complete setup, because this CPH is going to burn coal that it gets from this storage hopper, which gets it from this, which is going to get its power from this laser, which is hooked to the CPH. So this will continue to gather power and store coal until this thing is full. And we're just going to hit Q to empty it again real quick. Boom. We just got 39 coal in our inventory. We're going to need that because we're going to need to build torches. Okay, now let's get on with a little bit of exploring. We are going to want to find some copper. We are going to want to find some tin. Hey, look at this, a rock formation. Let's pull out our scanner with M. And you can see this question mark comes up. This is an unscanned item, so we're going to scan it. Boom. New scan completed. Let's run around. Ooh, here's something that's not scanned. Alright, let's see. Ooh, here we go. Now, you can see these are like 4 different colors right here. These are actually the exact same material across this line. They're different colors, and if you want to build with them and you want that specific color, you hit the center mouse button when you have the build gun out, and it'll grab that block and it'll keep it that texture. Okay, so let's go back to our scanner. Let's see, these things. I know these are glow tubes. These were just added in like a couple weeks ago. They're actually really cool. Okay, now we can also left mouse click to ping unknown. And what that'll do, it will show up. I'm going to guess this is probably coal here. So let's bring out, hit X for our build gun. You right click to remove blocks, left click to place. Oh, you know what that was scanning? Whoops, my bad. That was scanning the block that we already scanned over here, the ones that I was talking about. So we need to go back to the research station. And we've got 4 unknown materials. Based on how rare the materials are, or whether they're organic, inorganic, you know, rock, plant, whatever, they can be worth different values. So this one's worth 10. So we're going to process that. We're going to process this. We're going to process this. We're going to process this. Okay, now that we got like 25 research points, let's research some stuff. So, black box data. Your suit contains a black box that stored all sensor readings leading up to your crash on this planet. Researching this data could help you determine what exactly happened. It requires 350 power to research, so we're going to research that. Alright. Now let's see, that probably unlocks some recipes. So, we want suit upgrades. This will be good. Your environmental suit is the most advanced piece of exploration engineering known to man. Unfortunately, its utility depends upon a modular upgrade system currently beyond our manufacturing capabilities. It is time to look into how you can create your own upgrades away from the factories back home. You can use a bit of help surveying in this harsh environment. So we're going to research that. We definitely want suit upgrades. Okay, and that just unlocked a new thing, the improved ore scanning. So we're going to grab that too. Local life forms. This planet is not dead. Scanners are detecting both plant and animal life forms. This project will investigate the life forms and determine whether they present a threat. They do. Trust me. So we're going to research that. Okay, and then that unlocked like base defense. We got laboratories, basic mining upgrades 1, power grid, aesthetics. This lets you build different blocks. So you can see now, instead of having the 2 recipes, we have 6 of them. So now, in order to build these items, we have to first research them, and then we have to gather the resources to make them. So we're going to go ahead. The solar cell Mach 1, we're going to research that. The suit power pack Mach 1, we're going to research that. And yeah, why not do the suit headlight? Okay. And then we just exit out of here. And now we can run over here. If we had the materials, which we don't, we can now build. Here's the suit power pack Mach 1, the solar cell Mach 1, the suit headlight Mach 1. If you click on them, they give a little description. This increases the efficiency of your suit's solar panels. Only one required and must be carried in the inventory. Requires hydrojet cutter to manufacture. This is the hydrojet cutter. You get one of those to start with. Not a big deal. Okay, so we are going to open the inventory here. So use I to open your inventory. This is your inventory. It's actually quite big. You're going to hit S for suit upgrades. And now we can take this Arthur Power Core right here. Just click on it once to select it. Click over here, and your suit upgrades, you actually have a separate inventory, which comes in very, very handy. Because that way you're not taking up inventory spaces with, you know, suit upgrades. You can't put anything else in there. It won't let you put stuff in there. Just suit upgrades. You can also see your suit details, like what your power level is. I don't know what this MAG range is. Your solar efficiency is 100%. Suit heater is offline. That means if we go down, there's different layers, okay? There's like the surface, then there's like caverns, then there's what's called the cold caverns. You will freeze to death, you will get hypothermia, you will die if you hang around in there without a suit heater. Down below that, you have the toxic caverns, which you need a toxin filter or you will get poisoned and you will die. It says radiation protection offline. Currently, I haven't found anything to do with the radiation, but I'm assuming he's going to add in like nuclear stuff on the level below that. Then there's even a symbol. If you look up in the top right hand corner, you can see there's a snowflake, which is cold. Then there's heat, because there is a lava layer and you need like a cooling thing for your suit. Then there's the toxic level. Then there's also a radiation symbol, and then there's an O2. So I don't know if there's going to be like, you know, everything below level 4000 is going to be like underwater and you have to like swim around it. That would be like totally awesome. Okay, but like I said, these worlds are huge, and it blows my mind how big this game is. Like, I dug down for like an hour or two to finally hit the bottom, just because like I didn't see anything online like how big the worlds are, and I was just like, okay, I have got to dig to the bottom of this world, because like you'll be running along, you know, and you're like la 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 la, and like all of a sudden you're like, whoa, because you're like in this cave, and just all of a sudden it opens up into a big cave, and you look down. Oh yeah, here's one of the other cool features of the game. You have a grapple, so you can grapple around with it. It's F to use the grapple hook. And the other thing you can do is you hit G. It takes a little bit of power, but you create a glow stick and you throw it. It uses about 5 power. Anyway, so you'll be running along in one of these caves, you know, and you'll come to like this big part where it just drops down, and you're like, oh my goodness, that is so, so deep. And like you just chuck a glow stick in, and you just watch it go down, 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 and get smaller and smaller, and then just disappear into the darkness. And you're like, oh my goodness, these caves are huge. Like, you know, People are like, oh, this looks kind of like Minecraft. And it's like, no, if Minecraft was built like this, if this game had the coverage that Minecraft had, they would be doing way more business than Minecraft. Because this game, if I had to choose vanilla Minecraft or vanilla FortressCraft, FortressCraft would win hands down. Okay, anyway, we got to hurry up and get to tin and copper automation. So this right here, if you try and right-click to harvest it, it says too large, use left shift to harvest. So if you hold down left shift and then you right-click, it'll go boom and it'll hit this. And then you can collect this stuff. And you'll see I have 20 of an unknown material. Well, I really don't want to research that right now because I want to find tin and copper. And it's a little bit different when you're trying to find it if you've already researched it. So we're going to go back to the scanner. We're going to left click to ping unknown. And it's like, okay, there's a vein of something here. There's something here. Let's see. I know from playing before there's a tin vein right here. Right next to a coal vein, which is a little handy. We're going to use that coal later. And I know that right over here where this glowing thing is, that this, aha, and you'll see it says use ore extractor. When you hit it, it'll give you 1 rubble. Now, if you bring up the scanner again, you can push and hold right click and it'll scan it in the bottom left hand corner. Oh, it'll say return to your research station. Whoops. Once you've researched it and it's like, oh, that's a copper vein, then you can, we need to scan this tin too. It'll be like, oh, that's a copper vein and it has X amount in it. And then you're like, okay, cool, because that tells you, there you go. See, I already know coal. So it's, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, the volume is 991 blocks total. That's meters squared is what the M3 stands for. And then it's like, 2.5 million coal in there. But the thing is that when you're mining, let's go here and research. Process, copper ore, process. I'm betting this is, oh, rubble. Huh, okay. And then we're going to process this, which is tin ore. No new recipes. Okay. So we're going to go back to the build gun. And what we need is we need an ore extractor. And we're just going to plop this down right here. Boom, like this. Okay, tin automation. Your new ore extractor will require connection to your base. Use a hopper and conveyors to achieve this. If you lack resources, you can carry a few items by hand. It is best to automate this as soon as possible. Trust me? Yeah, you want to automate. So we hit OK. Then what we're going to do is, this in itself has an inventory, but you can't pipe items in and out of it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to plop down this, and what it's going to do is it's going to mine, and it's going to put them in here. But we also want to put a battery here, and then I want to grab something to build with. And let's see, we're on this line, and we need to go up 2 more blocks. And then we're actually going to go up another one, because we're going to take a laser, we're going to put it here, and it's going to be facing the wrong way, so we're going to hit R to rotate it, and then hit R again. And what that's going to do is when it gets power, it's going to shoot it down here. So we're going to take this back out. And we're going to run right here. Let's see, what row are we on? We're on this row. And we're going to have to get rid of this right here. Okay, and then we're going to put a laser here, pointing here. Whoops, I need to move this over one more. Okay, now this laser will take power from this battery. It'll shoot it to this laser, fill up its inventory. It'll shoot over here, and then that one will shoot down, and voila, we will start getting tin. So if we open this up, we can actually add power from our suit. Whoa. Where did all my power go all of a sudden? Arthur, was that you? Press H? Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me, Arthur. Okay, if you hit H, this is your help. And it'll show you what the selected block in your inventory is. You can click on that. Okay, organic detritus. This thick, disgusting mess covers the entire planet. um, and just information. It'll also tell you can look at the researches that you can do. Like, okay, what happens if I want to spend the points to do basic mining upgrades? Do I really want to do that? Well, I can click here and I can go next, and it'll show me that when I do that, I'll get a basic ore, the recipe for a basic ore smelter, forced induction, basic drill motor, and I'm going to have to use one additional research point to research that, but you know what? That's actually a good thing. Now, what does that do? The upgraded motors, those fit in here. Right now, it uses the economy drill motor. Oops. And this is a perfect example of what happens when you run out of power. You can see the hypothermia coming across the screen, and like your visor starts freezing up. Now, if I sit here, okay, without power, you can see how the letters are turning light blue. If they get all the way to the A on the end, I die. So I'm just going to hold down Q, and I am going to fill my power back up, and then I'm going to go back over there. Whoa, drain that down. Should have powered up from this one. We're going to hit E to put some power back into this one, and then we're going to fill up from this one because it's going to fill right back up from the CPH. Okay. As I was saying, you know what? I'll go place this down on the copper vein. Yeah, well, copper will go right here. So like I was saying, you have upgrades for your ore extractors because when you first plop these things down, yes, copper automation, blah, blah, blah. It's best to automate as soon as possible. Okay. Right here, you have a standard cutting head. That's what comes on it. When you get down to... Whoa! Where is my power going? Does that like automatically empty my power out whenever I set down an ore extractor? Or what is going on? That's weird. Yeah. Oh, whoa. I don't... It's automatically adding power when I open it. That is a new feature. I did not know that existed. Okay, it should only take one more trip to fill this thing back up. That's annoying. I don't know if that's like some sort of setting I can disable. You'll also see you'll get notifications in the top right hand corner that they tell you, you know, like place hoppers next to ore smelter, no bar smelted in the last minutes. You'll also get like an update that you can set to come every 5 minutes, every 30 minutes, or every 60 minutes. And it kind of reminds you how long you've been playing, but it also tells you, you know, some of the stuff you should do to make your whole setup better. So we're going to place this down here. Okay, when we open this up, you have a standard cutter head that comes on all quarries. And you also have the economy drill motor. It's of 4 times speed. So you can see how fast this goes. Okay, and it mines 2 at a time. You can upgrade to where this thing will spit out like 64 like every second or so. And you can see that this is mining at 10% efficiency. These standard cutting heads, they only give you 10% of what is in this ore vein. So that 2.5 million over there, by the time one of these ones mines it without a cutter head, that's only 250,000 ore. Now it takes 4 ore to make an ingot. So, you know, you're down even further, and it's like, whoa, you know, where are all my resources going? So as soon as you can automate and put cutter heads in these things, you can make ones, they're plasma heads, and you get 100%. Like that 2.5 million coal over there would give me 2.5 million coal. Then by the time I smelt it down, you know, I got a quarter of that left, but what are you going to do? Yeah, and the drill motors, like, increase the speed, but as you increase the speed, it sucks up even more power. So right now, we want to automate this copper. Let's see, this is the level that it's on. We're going to grab this. And I have to be careful around this wreck because that fire will hurt me. Okay, we need to go up one more. We need to place this. It's going to go down into that. I'm going to put a little battery right here. And I'm going to hop down here real quick. I'm going to hit Q to collect that copper ore. I'm going to run over here real quick. I'm going to collect the tin ore. I am going to run over here and set up my laser. My lasers. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to add a battery here. You can also hit Z to zoom, which is really nice because I can see that I need to be in this row. Is this right? Okay. So I'm going to put a laser here. Going into this laser goes to that laser powers that quarry. Okay, now we're going to automate this and then we're going to be done with the episode because I've rambled like a whole lot. Let me fill up my energy real quick. That's the thing, you got to remember to keep an eye on that. Eventually you add a thing that lets you hold more and you get a thing where Arthur can hold like 8 times what you can. You're going to plop down a storage hopper here and a storage hopper here. And then smelting automation. Automation is going to be the key to success. You have got that right. You can't do it all manually forever. Okay. Your smelter can interface with adjacent hoppers of any types or type. However, if you're not specific with your instructions, then all sorts of bad things could happen. Set the permissions now to put have one add only hopper and one remove only hopper. Put ore into the remove only hopper and ingots will be placed into the add only hopper. Got it. So I always go from left to right. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit E to interact with this one. You can see it says add and remove, locked, add only, remove only, and then toggle vacuum. That's the nice thing about these things. Minecraft does not have this. I can hit toggle vacuum and you can see it like pulling stuff in, and it'll pull items that are on the ground in the vicinity. It'll pull those in and just drop them into the hopper here. Anyway, turn the vacuum off. Okay, all I want this to do is to remove items. That's all I want this to be able to do. I don't want anything to feed into it. I just want it to remove only items. Now later on when we set up some conveyor belts, conveyor belts always ignore those instructions. Those are only for machines. So it's only going to remove from here and it's only going to place in here. So we want add only on this side. Now if we scroll through with our scroll bar, you can see we've got copper ore here, and we're going to look at this and we're going to hit T. And that'll add whatever copper we have in there, or it'll add up to the 100 depending on how much. Now this is going to grab it, and it takes 4 copper ore to get 1 copper bar. Now I also have the tin, and we're going to cover something here real quick. If you look in the bottom left hand corner, the second line up from the bottom, it says try shift and control. So you go, okay, so if you hold shift, it's 10 when you hit the T, and if you hold control, it's 1 when you hit the T, and then if you're not holding anything and you hit T, it's going to stick all of it or fill up to the 100 mark. So we're like, yeah, okay, we can do that. So right now this is going to smelt, and it's pretty slow. So you can see, like, it still hasn't smelted an ingot yet. There we go. Oh, okay, it was warming up. My bad. Yeah, it's got to warm up. Then, if we look here, we don't want... Is it mining? No, it's not. Okay, you know what? I got to research it first, probably. Recipes. No, I don't. Oh, that's right, we did. Basic mining upgrades. We're going to need 5 points for that. Now we're going to go back, check the recipes. Basic drill motor, we're going to research that. We're also, ooh, slime attractor. We're going to save that for another episode. That is a cool item to make. Okay. We're going to go in here. We got basic drill motor. Okay, in here we have smelting. This forced induction. It takes 20 copper bars and 20 tin bars. This place on top of a regular smelter to increase the speed by 200%, but the power usage by 800%. Does not support basic smelters. So these basic ore smelters that we can make, we can't even make them yet. There's an unknown material. We have to find this somewhere. I know what this material is. Debating whether or not I should tell you what it is. So anyway, we're going to get this forced induction next episode. And I'm also going to make some conveyor belts. Those would be here under transportation. And basic conveyor belts, 1 copper ingot will make 5 basic conveyor belts. They're pretty slow, but we can run those from that hopper into this hopper. We can run a conveyor belt line up from here into this hopper, and then we can just, wander off, go explore, whatever, and we're going to come back here and we'll have ingots all smelted up. Now later on we can build regular conveyor belts for 1 tin and 1 copper. You can also see there's like conveyor turntables, upsloped conveyors, then there's advanced lifts. Like these will get you up and down when you're digging. Like you'll end up digging down to like a particular level, and then you'll set up ore extractors and stuff piping to the surface. And it's a really, really cool game. And one of the other things, I'll touch on it real quick before I close out. On each diagonal line, going so just that direction, that direction, that direction, and in that direction, there are these giant, they almost look like some sort of weird tentacly octopus plant. And when I say it's big, like, it's way bigger than this mountain over here. Like, the thing's ginormous. If you touch it, you instantly die. But what happens is we're gonna, actually, you know what, let's build the threat scanner. So we're gonna research that. What do we need to build a threat scanner? That's under defenses. Threat scanner, ooh, we don't have enough copper and tin. Hit Q to grab all that stuff. How much do we still need? We need 3 more tin. Are we going to have... Let's pull the copper out of here so that we get just the tin bars. Okay, because what happens is every machine you run, whether it be miners, this thing generating power, I'm not sure if the lasers affect anything, but basically every machine you build and run causes vibrations and heat, and that ticks off those things that are on the diagonal lines. They're called overmines, I think. And what they will do is, once your threat level gets up high enough and they get annoyed with you, they're actually like giant spawners, and they will spawn in these wasps that will come and try and destroy your CPH. You have like a certain amount of hit points, and they'll attack that. Now, you can kill them and you can get loot, which you'll use later on for building stuff. Let's see. Threat scanner. Let's craft that. So now I'm going to put that on my build gun, and it needs power, so we're going to plunk it down. Boom, right here. Now, if we look at it, bottom left-hand corner, threat scanner, power is 100%, 99%, whatever. My base threat is approximately 32. I've killed 0 mobs in 0 waves, and I've lost 0 times. Right now there's no threats detected, but once your threat level starts getting up higher, it will, it'll be like, the next threat will come in 20 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever, and then you have a little bit of time to prepare for it. Like, you'll actually get, like, these gun turrets that shoot and, like, all this automated stuff. Like, this game is all about automation, and, like, I have totally fallen in love with this game. I mean, 207 hours in under 2 months, and there was like a 3-week period because of real life stuff that I couldn't play at all. So you really narrow that down to, like, probably about what, 5 or 6 weeks of time that I could play, maybe. And 207 hours, like, this game is amazing. So much work has gone into this game. It's just wow. This is like this has to be my top favorite game, I think. Like, Minecraft was always my top favorite game, but the only reason I still play Minecraft is mainly because of either A, the mods that you can get for it that make it a lot more interesting, or B, playing on a server, interacting with other people. That's like, this game has tons of automation and machines and huge worlds. I mean, like, comparing 4,000 blocks to get down to the bottom of the world compared to, let's see, when you spawn on Minecraft, you're like at what, level 56 or something? That's how many blocks to get to bedrock, and then, like, you're done. Check out my shadow. And later on, one of the other things you'll build this giant like spider robot, and he walks around and like you give him like different types of guns, and like he'll actually kill the bad guys when they come. It's like awesome. So I am really looking forward to this series. Guys, let me know what you thought. Did it look like an interesting game? Did I miss anything during the tutorial? Are there any questions you have? Leave a like, leave a comment, whatever. And until next time, and I'm really looking forward to next time. Until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day.